Hello gamers, welcome back to Charlotte Gaming. This video I want to discuss whether or not the Xbox One X is worth purchasing if you haven't got a 4K TV. Short answer, yes, I think it is. If you've got the available funds, you're not going to stretch yourself thin or something, or if you haven't got an Xbox, it is very worth the upgrade. You will notice the difference, I certainly do, on all the games that have been enhanced. I can't say anything for ones that haven't been enhanced. This is me playing a bit of Call of Duty World War II, which has been enhanced, and I can safely say, comparing it to the old the Xbox One version, everything looks absolutely amazingly sharp. You get a longer draw distance. The graphics just look better. You know, someone said to me, imagine if you had a monitor and you went and bought a new computer, would you get better graphics? Yes, you would. It would feel better, and it does. But it's not just the games that look better. The system runs a lot better. Games run and load quicker. You know, it's not amazing, drastically instant. You won't notice that difference. But loading up Call of Duty, for example, I'm just using this game because I've got it running at the moment. Me and my son played some Call of Duty at the weekend, and we both have got the same connection, you know, and I get into the game about 30 seconds, I'd say, on some of them, 20 seconds, before he does. Well, because he's got to load in the map, same as I have. And it's really, really good. So things like that is good. You get the 1 TB storage, so you get a bit more, even though you're going to be using it on the 4K textures, which also show up on here. If I go to another game, I'll leave this game, just let me finish it. So I like this game. This is one that I think looks really, really good. This is Assassin's Creed Origins, and in my first look video I did the same as well. But just going up to things, like, they just look so much sharper. It's hard to see in a YouTube video, it really is. But it just looks sharper. It just looks, because it's super sampled. The same thing in Watch Dogs 2 on the PS4 Pro. You know, I played most of it on the original PS4, and then I got the Pro, and even though I'm not in 4K, it just looks sharper. You know, if you look at the jaggies of people, like, I can zoom in on this guy with the photo mode, and there's no jaggy edges. It's all super sharp edges. So if that does it for you, it does it for me, then it's a worthwhile upgrade. I can't stress enough that it just looks better, and I'm ready for 4K now. When I get a new TV, you know, I won't have to upgrade all my stuff, and I'm all ready to go. It's like HD ready, you know. When that came along, the original Xbox 360, when I had that, I only had a normal telly, and I remember saying, "Oh, it does HD," you know. I was like, I didn't even know what HD was at that point, but it did it. So I had my TV ready. My Xbox ready for when I got the new TV. So when I got my new flat screen TV, which was HD ready, well, I got this HD. Oh, my Xbox is. Suddenly I can, you know, I noticed everything looks a lot sharper now. So it's worthwhile doing it. It's worthwhile. But if you're on the fence and think, oh, I've only got a 1080p telly, I won't see a benefit. If you've got a decent 1080p TV, like I've got a Samsung Generation 6 or whatever they call it. You know, it's got a decent, it's a full HD TV set with decent settings on it, and I can tell the difference. You know, even with my older telly I had a PS4 Pro, you can tell the difference of super sampled images, and all of it's super sampled. Now if we jump into another game, if we jump into Shadow of War, so here we are in Shadow of War, and the draw distance is really big in this game, and it gives you a choice. So if you go into the options and go to graphics settings, display, you've got a choice. You've got resolution, so that's your 4K if you've got your 4K TV. We've got favour quality. So if you haven't got a 4K TV, you're getting excellent draw distance, and you're getting stuff sharpened up, and you're getting all kinds of little special effects and stuff that you wouldn't be getting on different versions. You're getting close to high-end settings on PC. If I just show you the difference you're going to get with 4K, which you can't actually tell because I've only got a 1080p set and it's only a 1080p video. Oh, well, I didn't save that. I'll apply that setting. So it still looks decent. Now if I go in here and do options, and that's the favour quality settings. So you've got an option. If you haven't got the 4K TV, you've got an option to have better visuals anyway, which is good. So you get, that's another benefit you're getting from that, from these games. Granted, it has to be, the game has to support it. Another game which is good is Gears of War 4. If I just load that up. So here we are on Gears of War 4. I'm just going to load into the campaign. But straight away in this game you can see that it renders a character in front of you, and that character, it just looks sharper, it looks clearer. Even when you load it up, I can't shut off a YouTube video. It doesn't know justice, but I have to take my word for it that it does look better. So here we are in the game. It looks great anyway, absolutely fantastic. Oh, not restart option. Video enhanced from the main options, and I can actually do performance. So what we just saw a second ago was the visuals enhanced. Now we're going to go to performance. So here we are back in running, and now I'm running at 60 frames. So on my 1080p TV, I can't tell a lot of difference than what I just had a second ago. It's not as sharp, I can tell you that, but the fact of it's now 60 frames, it makes the game feel completely different. So even without 4K TV, I've got this option in some of the games. I know this supports it, and another big game is Tomb Raider. I'm definitely going to pick up Tomb Raider again so I can replay it at 60 frames, and it's still going to look great. So that's another bonus that you get from having a Xbox One X and not even owning a 4K TV, is a 60 frames mode in some games. And not only that, is that some games which are 60 frames and struggle to reach it will now be a lock 60 frames, and also look better. A prime example of this is Titanfall. So let's jump into Titanfall and see that. So here we are in this game, and it didn't look that good on the original Xbox One, and now it just looks amazing now, because the art's very good, the visual, the vistas that they create are good, and it runs at 60 frames a second, so you're getting best of everything. I'll try and go into the game a bit more, so I can get on top of this and open up a bit more. But just everything looks so sharp, and it's running at 60 frames, like I just said. This is a prime example of what you're going to get out of an upgrade if you like this game. And they could do it with Battlefront 1, not Battlefield 1, yeah, Battlefield 1, the World War 1 game, but they're not going to, because it's EA, and you know, they're not going to get anything out of it. If they could charge for it, they would, but no one else does. I just want to jump. I know you can jump out in a minute. I'll skip ahead. So things like your gun, if you look at your gun, how crystal clear that is now compared to what it was. It was a blurry mess. There's writing on the gun that you couldn't tell before. And I'm only playing at 1080p, like like I said multiple times. It's a worthy upgrade.
Just like before. Not exactly. There are significantly more variables to throw in.
You know, if you haven't played this Titanfall game, the single player is excellent. It's short, but it's a really good campaign. You know, I don't know what they're going to do with Titanfall 3. That's going to be an absolute joke, because it'll be EA, complete EA, that we'll see. Look how sharp it is, there's no jaggies, it's what you thought next gen gaming is going to be, and it never was on the Xbox One. PS4 did it with most games, but not every game. Oh no, I'm dead. Wait, I should have waited. Anyway, that's Titanfall. That's a great looking game now. I'll show you next, Halo Wars. You know, it did have a patch. It's more of a resolution bump, because I think it originally ran at like 900p. It now runs at almost 4K, I believe, and it looks good, super sampled. So I'll jump into the game and show you that. So here I am playing Halo Wars, and again it's another game that just looks clearer. You know, looking back at it, it just looked a bit blurry, and now it's pinpoint sharp clear. You can zoom in, and all the stuff that's moving around, it just looks, it seems to flow a bit better. You know, it's not at 60 frames, but it's a nice 30 frames. Before it struggled at 30 frames. So if I'm just going to a little battle. I've got a big army already. I've only just started the game, but I've got loads. See how good the graphics look. And it's not just it's sharper. The little effects they put in as well, like the explosions look a bit better, and stuff degrades better. Look how much that degrades now. It just wasn't as good before. So it's, you know, it is well worth the upgrade. I'm just going to smash out this big base here. Yeah, the ground textures, look how sharp that looks. You know, it's, if anything, if you have to compare it to stuff that you don't really need to get, you know, like a PS4, PSVR, I bought that last year. It was good, but I've sold it already this year. You know, it didn't keep my attention. The experience was like, wow, that's amazing, and it wore off. But this, it just looks good. I've spent hours playing my Xbox One already. You know, I don't remember seeing those letters K317 before. You know, the amount of times I played this game, and I've never noticed that before. The little details now you notice, because everything is as it should be, as the game designers have made it. You know, it scales right up. If you had a powerful PC, you had the graphics like this, but now you can have it in a console, and the Xbox One X offers it. Even if you haven't got, you know, the 4K telly, you are seeing impressive benefits. Let's get some more units being made. Wow, wiping me out. Need some more leader powers. That's the enemy base gone. You know, if you've got the free money, I'd say buy it. It's a worthwhile investment. I'm well happy with my Xbox One X. And it's the way it runs games and everything. So that is Halo Wars. What else should we look at? You can actually go to your games and apps, which is cool. And I've got it filtered by Xbox One X enhanced games. So let's load up Forza Motorsport 7 and have a look at that. So a nice little thing this game does is on its splash screen when it loads up, you get Xbox One X enhanced on there. I don't know if that's on the default games or not. When you load it up on normal Xbox, but I do remember loading it up on my old one a few days before the Xbox came out, and that wasn't there. So I think it's something they added in. So let's just chuck it round a random track. I'm doing it at the moment a championship with electronic cars, e-cars, Formula E. So here we are in a race, just getting to get in, and the cars, all of them just look sharp. There's no jaggies. You get little effects, I think, more on the tracks. My wind view mirror, my little mirror at the top, that was sort of before it used to be rendered at a lower resolution and a lower frame rate, and now that's, you wouldn't even know it's not proper. It matches up with when you do your reverse view. Oh, it spun off. Look at inside the cockpit. So there you go. That's cockpit view. That all looks very, very nice. Again, my mirrors there, they used to have a lower resolution, and you can see they're really blurry, but now they're like sharp, just as sharp as looking forward, you know. So things like that they've added in, effects they've added in, and its overall sharpness, it just looks crystal clear. Yeah, this is one of the games that will run at 4K and 60, so it runs absolutely fantastically at 1080p 60. There's no options to do more, more settings, but you know, this is one of the best looking games on there at the moment, and it benefits even if you've just got an 1080p screen. You know, and HDR as well. That's another big thing they're selling. Oh, HDR, you have to have HDR. You know, even without HDR, this looks good. I don't know what other game I'm going to show you. Let's go back to the old dash. So we've done Assassin's Creed, World War II, Danger Zone, it looked fine before. Halo 5 Guardians is another good game that's been improved. But really, I've probably done enough games to be fair. Really, I would say if you're on the fence, I'm not saying someone who really is waiting for the next big thing, because maybe you're not going to be too happy if you haven't got the 4K. But if you're on the fence about getting it with a 1080p TV, I would say don't be on the fence. It's a worthwhile upgrade. You will see benefits straight away, and when you do eventually get a 4K TV, because to be honest, who's not going to get 4K when they get a new TV? I think everyone will, and that's what they sell in the shops, to be fair. So you will be getting 4K next, and then you're 4K ready. You know, it's an investment in that. So overall, I'm very happy with my choice to get day one. The console, it runs faster than my old one. It's got the bigger memory. It doesn't seem to lag when you do menus. And in a game, you press the button to go to your friends list, stuff like that. All that lag's gone. It's sort of all instant, and the games do look better. So thanks for watching. Any questions about the X on a 1080p screen, let me know. But I'll give it like a double thumbs up. I'm very happy with it. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next video of Mitchell Gaming. Firstly, I'd like to say thanks for watching this video until the very end. I appreciate all the views I get. Please feel free to give us a thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't. Also leave us a comment, subscribe if you fancy that, and also add me to Xbox Live and PSN if you want to game with me. Thanks for watching.